In this video, we're going to look at how you could use the XPress annotation software for a science lab experiment. So I've uploaded a friction lab. This is a 4th grade lab, and I have it so that the kids can see it. You can do this virtually. You can do this in the classroom. I would mask part of this so that we can focus on just what we need to focus on step by step, starting with the question or the problem, and then what would our hypothesis be, and then I would highlight that hypothesis using those tools, the shape tools, just so that we can focus on that. And then we could drag it so that we have our data. We'll turn off that hide tool and then see how our highlighting saves with our annotation. We'll collect our data, how far the car rolled from the edge of the ramp, and then we have our different types of surface materials, and then we need to circle one. Was our hypothesis correct or not? And we can use that circle tool. Is our hypothesis correct or not? And then remember, you can change the settings so that your circle is a different size or opacity. You can also make sure you have that selection tool clicked, and then you can change the shape of your circle so that it circles only the content that you want it to circle. Okay? And then you have the conclusion, and this is important for students to remember to complete, so you'll want to make sure that you highlight that. And then the blank had the least amount of friction, so what surface had the least amount of friction so the car was able to roll longer? Can you think of another surface? This was a fun one for a great discussion. Can you think of another surface if we were to repeat the experiment, adding another variable? Okay. So those are just some ideas on how you can use the annotation software in science. And then as you collect your data, you can either use the pen tool or you can use the typing tool, the adding a text tool. And I will just use black ink, and we will not use the background. And then we can just enter our text. And the wax paper, we can say, I need to change my settings because my ink is black. So my background will be a light gray. You can say, the car moved quickly on wax paper. Okay. And then you can make sure you have your selection tool. We'll drag that so that it fits in that spot. And there you have the annotation for that. And as you saw, if you have that selection tool not selected, then you can increase the size, decrease the size, adjust where it is on the page for that infinite canvas piece.